friends, how are you doing? How's life? I hope well. I am super excited because today I am bringing you the fourth and final installment, as of right now, of my favorite books so far, or my all-time favorite books so far. Now today, like normally, there would be 10, but today there are going to be 12 because I have 42 favorite books in all. Like, I guess they're not my favorite books, but they're really good books, and I've read a lot of books. So, yeah. Also, we get two, I don't want to say sagas, but continuated books. So, let's just get started, and first off, I don't know, we're going to go with the Barcode Tattoo. Now, this does have another book out there. I just haven't read it. I would really love, this has a couple books, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I would love to read the other one or ones, but I would also have to reread this because I read this in like middle school, I think. I got this from a, what's it called? A book fair day. I love book fairs, but this is The Barcode Tattoo by Susan Wen. Sorry if I said that wrong. And I'm just gonna read the back as usual, and it's The Barcode Tattoo. Everyone's getting it. It will make your life easier, they say. It will hook you in. It will become your identity. But what if you say no? What if you don't want to become a code? For Kayla, this one choice changes everything. She becomes an outcast in her high school. Dangerous things happen to her family. There's no option but to run for her life. And then it says, individuality versus conformity, identity versus access, freedom versus control. The Barcode Tattoo. Just that. And honestly, this was such a good book. An easy read, in my middle school opinion, and it was just really good. So yeah, you should read it. Next up, this is also in like a series. I have read this one, which is, what's it called? Fairest of Them All, A Tale of the Wicked Queen by Serena Valentino. And so these books are just like, they tell the villain side of the story. So I have this one, and I have this one, which is Mother Knows Best, A Tale of an Old Witch. I did like this one, but it wasn't my favorite. But there's also, so that was the Tangled one. This is the Snow White one. I know there's a Beauty and the Beast one. I just came out with another one. I forgot what it was. There is a Maleficent one. There's a Jafar one. I think there's a Lion King one. I think the new one is Cruella de Vil, but I'm not positive. But my sister actually got me onto these. I'm just going to read the little thing to you. Is there? Do I have to? No. Okay. So, the tale of a young princess, Snow White, and her evil stepmother, the Wicked Queen, is widely known. Despite a few variations from telling to telling, the story remains the same. The queen is jealous of the girl's beauty, and this jealousy accumulates in the queen's attempt on the sweet, naive girl's life. Another tale, far less often spoken of, is the one that explains what caused the queen to become so evil. Still, some have attempted to guess at the reason. Perhaps the queen's true nature was that of the wicked hag, and her beautiful regal appearance as a disguise used to fool the king. Others claim that the queen might have hated the girl for her resemblance of the king's first wife. Mostly, the queen is painted as a morally adherent woman who never loved another being during this course of her miserable life. In fact, the theories about exactly what caused the queen's obsessive vanity and jealousy, and jealous rage are too numerous to catalog. This book recounts a version of the story that has claimed untold until now. It is a tragic tale of love and loss, and it contains a bit of magic. This is the tale of the Wicked Queen. And really, it's just really good. I got through this like so super fast. Like, it's just maybe like 2 or 3 days. And usually I'm not a fast reader, although this I don't want to say quarantine, because here in Michigan we're really not, at the time I'm filming this, we're not quarantined really, at this pandemic life, I guess. I've been reading a lot more, and this is such a good one, and I've been reading a lot faster too. But anyway, this one I read in high school, and it is, I guess a spin-off of, the Twilight Saga. So it's the short second life of Bree Tanner, an Eclipse novelette. This I read in one day, guys, within hours. I remember sitting in my room, like in my bed, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start this, we'll see. And I started reading it, and I couldn't put it down. And then I was like, well, I'm not, like, normally I get this feeling in my stomach when I've read too much that it's kind of like an upset thing, and so I'm like, okay, I have to stop. But I never got that feeling. And then my mom was like, come on, Megan, it's time for dinner, you can finish your book after. And I was like, I don't want to. She's like, get your butt here. And I'm like, okay. So I did finish this in one night, and it's so good. If you are a fan of the Twilight Saga. So let's read it. Bree Tanner can barely remember life before she had uncannily powerful senses, superhuman reflexes, and unstoppable physical strength. Life before she had a relentless thirst for blood. Life before she became a vampire. All Bree knows is that living with her fellow newborns has few certainties and even fewer rules. Watch your back, don't draw attention to yourself, and above all, make it home before sunrise or die. What she doesn't know, her time as an immortal is quickly running out. Then Bree finds an unexpected friend in Diego, a newborn just as curious as Bree about their mysterious creator whom they know only as her. As they come to realize that the newborns are pawns in a larger game than anything they could have imagined, Bree and Diego must choose sides and decide whom to trust. But when everything you know about vampires is based on a lie, how do you find out the truth? Dun, dun, dun. It's just so good, and you should read it. Oh, next up is Let It Snow. And I just realized I didn't tell you guys who. Obviously you know Stephanie Meyer wrote this, and I told you that. Okay, anyway, and this is by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Makel. Sorry again if I said any of those names wrong. As you know, John Green is one of my favorite authors, and so I set out a mission after I read the first book I read by him, Looking for Alaska. Excuse me, that I was going to read all of the books he has written, and thus far I have. So this is 3 holiday romances. So this is divided up into 3 stories. So like the first one is by Maureen, and it's the Jubilee Express. See if I can see. And the next is John Green's A Cheertastic Christmas Miracle, and then Lauren's the pardon saint of pigs. And so, let's see. Okay, so 119. And so, like, if I can get to it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so like, this is all of Maureen's, and hers, they're not very long. They're like, I want to say, oh, so hers are 12 chapters, and then John's starts, and his goes, and then Lauren starts. And it's really, really good, and I think this was made into a movie, I think, maybe. And at the end of the book, all 3 stories show that they kind of intertwine and the puzzle pieces fit in. So let me read this to you. An ill-timed storm on Christmas Eve buried the residents of Gracetown under multiple feet of snow and caused quite a bit of chaos. One brave soul ventures out into the storm from her standard train and sets off a chain of events that will change quite a few lives. Over the next 3 days, one girl takes a risky shortcut with an adorable stranger. 3 friends set out to win a race to the Waffle House and the hash brown spoils. And a fate of a teacup pig falls into the hands of a lovesick barista. A trio of today's best-selling authors, John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren, say Miracle, I don't know, bring all the magic of the holidays to life in 3 hilarious and charming interconnecting tales of love, romance, and kisses that will steal your breath away. Recently, I have decided that The Last Song by Nicholas Sparks is my favorite Nicholas Sparks book as of right now. And Nicholas Sparks is one of my favorite authors. And then probably The Notebook and A Walk to Remember. But if you don't know what happens in The Last Song, obviously this is the one with the movie cover. But this came out, not that long before, in 2009. Anyway, if you don't know, I'm going to read it back to you. 17-year-old Veronica Ronnie Miller's life has turned upside down with her parents divorced and her father when her parents divorced and her father moved to Wrightville Beach, North Carolina. 3 years later, she remains alienated from her parents, particularly her father, until her mother decides it would be in everyone's best interest if she and her brother spent the summer with him. Resentfully and rebelliously, Ronnie rejects her father's attempt to reach out to her and threatens to return to New York before the summer's end. But soon, Ronnie meets Will, the last person she thought she'd ever be attached to, and finds herself falling for him, opening herself to the greatest happiness and pain that she has ever known. It's good. I just love it so much. Alright, we are getting down, guys. So, this book is just amazing. It is I Was Here by Gail Foreman. And she wrote If I Stay, and it's, I don't want to say predecessor, because that's not it. It's follow-up book, Where She Went, and I loved both of those. I really wish that they would come out with Where She Went, like, movie form, because it did If I Stay, and it was a brilliant. Me and my best friend Megan, if you haven't heard the story, went and saw it in the theater when it came out, and we just sat in the car for like 10 to 15 minutes after and just stared into the abyss and was silent. It was just so freaking amazing, and this is so freaking amazing too. So this is about a pair of best friends and a boy, like all good romance novels are, or rom-com novels, I don't know, teen novels. Alright, here we go. It's like she was my son, and then my son went out. when her charismatic best friend Meg drinks a bottle of industrial strength cleaner alone in a motel room, a piece of Cody dies too. Meg was everything to her. How could Cody not know? Determined to find out what really happened, Cody begins a dangerous search to the shadowy fragments of Meg's life, where she discovers some unsettling truths about friendship, secrets, forgiveness, and love. So yeah, this is just, I love it. And sorry that I'm such a bad explainer of things. I just don't want to give away too much, and I want you guys to go out and read the book. Alright, so this is the first of the two book series, I guess, and it was what I mentioned earlier. It was If I Stay and Where She Went. I just love these two books so much, and like I always do, I'm not going to read the little description of this book because it is a follow-up to this book, and I don't want to ruin anything, so I'm just going to put that there. And we are going to read the back of this one. On a day that started like any other, Maya had everything. A loving family, a gorgeous, adoring boyfriend, and a bright future full of music and full of choices. Then, in an instant, almost all of that was taken from her, caught between life and death, between a happy past and an unknowable future. Maya spends one critical day contemplating the only decision she has left, the most important decision she'll ever make. Simultaneously, tragic and hopeful, this is a romantic, riveting, and ultimately uplifting story about memory, music, living, dying, loving. It's so good. Read it. And then read Where She Went. Okay. And then last but certainly not least, the Twilight Saga. So that would be, oh, and obviously these two books are by Gail Forman. So Twilight by Stephenie Meyer, New Moon by Stephenie Meyer, Saga, Eclipse by Stephenie Meyer, and Breaking Dawn by Stephenie Meyer. Again, I'm not gonna read these ones because if by some chance you haven't read Twilight or you don't know what happened or haven't seen the movies, I don't want to spoil it for you. But if you have, you know what happens anyway. So again, just gonna read the back of this one. Yes, this is about vampires. There may or may not be werewolves in it. I was Team Jacob, as in Team Jacob, like I wanted her to be with Edward so I could be with Jacob, that kind of thing. But yeah, let's read three things. It's absolutely positive. First, Edward was a vampire. Second, there was a part of him, and I didn't know how dominant that part may be that thirsted for my blood. And third, I was unconditionally and irrevocably in love with him. In the first book of the Twilight Saga, international bestseller selling author Stephenie Meyer introduces Bella Swan and Edward Cullen, a pair of star-crossed lovers, though whose forbidden relationship weeps against the backdrop of small-town suspicion and a mysterious coven of vampires. This is a love story with a fight. That was funny. Anyway, so yeah, this is good. New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn are also good. Go read them. Yeah, as you can see, this book is well loved. And all of the other ones are too. So that was my, what did I call it? All-time favorite books as of right now. That was 40 to 42, or 30 to 42. So that was the last 12 that I have as of right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know some of your favorite books down below. Subscribe. I post new videos every Friday at 4 p.m. And yeah, go read a book. And I hope to see your beautiful faces next week. Bye!